Hello, Scorpio. This is Julie with Into Heart Space, and we're here looking at the energy surrounding you the remainder of November. The last reading of Teen, we're already there. And I know that this has been challenging for a lot of people this year, but we have to keep rising up and going higher and higher. And when we do that within ourselves, when we do it within the individual, it just raises the collective higher as well. Okay, so calling in the highest of light, the highest of energy to guide us on this reading. If you would like a personal reading, you can find me on the website or email me. All the information is in the description box below. Alright, what energy is surrounding Scorpio for the remainder of November? What messages, what guidance do we have for Scorpio 16? Alright, so the Lovers just flipped over. So you might be getting together with someone in a romantic sense, or just starting a new relationship where both of you benefit from. You could be, signing a contract with someone to start a new business or get married, or you could just meet somebody that you feel a soul level connection at. Feel beautiful, feel content, feel joyful. Okay, so Scorpio. Okay, so the energy coming in from the beginning of her is the Three of Pentacles in reverse. So having this card as the beginning of her, you feel like you haven't gotten your accolades, that you haven't gotten your just desserts, that you've been working really hard and no one acknowledges it, that no one can see what you've actually been doing and how important the work you have been doing is to other people. However, like, even though you feel that way, you feel like people aren't acknowledging what you're doing. What you are doing is important, and you need to possibly recognize that even though you might not be getting the pats on the back, what you're doing is needed and vital. And so that you have to look beyond just the pats on the back and the big picture, that you are creating something very special. Okay, so then we have Strength reversed, Transformation, Page of Swords, the Guide, and the Queen of Wands. So with Strength reversed, you could be feeling a little exhausted. You could feel like you just can't muster it up, and I can totally see that with what's coming in from the beginning of her. That you're sick of trying, you're sick of putting everything into it and not getting anything out of it. But we even though you feel that way, you kind of have to push forward, because things are shifting, and the reason why you might feel exhausted is because you're going deeper. It's because you're feeling more connected with yourself, and when you raise yourself to a higher level, it takes time, it takes effort, and it's challenging, and you're going to want to give up. And so I think this is really truly a challenge for you to do, is keep doing what you know is right, keep doing what is very important, the work, even if people around you don't acknowledge it. In the love area, we have Transformation. In other decks, like the Rider-Waite, it's Death. This is just a shift in relationship. You could be in a romantic relationship and it shifts to friendship, or you could have friendship and that dies out and it becomes something more or something less. So this is just the death of things that are no longer serving you, that you no longer need. It's not helping you with your path anymore, even if it's hard to let go of. So yeah, it could be a breakup. It absolutely could, but it could also, death isn't always death and destruction. Death can be death and renewal. Without fall, we wouldn't have spring, so you have to continue to realize that this is just a cycle and this is a process. And even though you might be losing something and it might be really painful, you need to lose it so that you can grow something else. So I know, like, if you're having a relationship with somebody, and during the holidays no less, and you decide to split and go different ways, that's making space for the person who really truly needs to come in at this time. Okay, so then we have the Page of Swords in career. So the Page of Swords in this position is a message. It could be a person delivering a message, but I'm really getting the sense that for a majority of people, this is a message that you will be receiving when it comes to your career and your work. And it's going to be quick, and it's going to be fast, and it's going to be something you didn't expect. And it could be positive or negative. It doesn't hold either one. But it's going to shift your mindset in a way. It's going to be something that you never thought about. And if this is a person, then this is a person who is a little bit younger, probably could be a teenager, maybe early, depending on just their maturity level. Possibly brown hair, darker brown hair. And then they're going to bring you a message. I'm trying to get a sense about what this message could be about, and I'm filling a blank. So I'm actually going to pull a clarifier card. I'm just not getting the information. Okay, so this message could be about somebody else, doing you wrong in a way. This is a Knight of Discs, so in reverse. So the Page of Swords could be bringing you a message about somebody who is trying to take your job or take money from you in some regards, take away your comfort and your level of stature in work. So, and you're going to feel conflicted about this because you didn't see it coming, and you don't know whether or not to believe the Page of Swords, or confronting the Knight of Discs, if what side is telling the truth. You feel like you're not given all the information about this conflict that's happening, and it's in regards to your work. I would tend to go towards the Page of Swords just because they are in the upright position, so they're acting from a higher octane than the Knight of Discs, and this seems like a little bit more of a dark feel, and that they don't have your best interest. So if somebody comes to you and says, hey, I heard that Henry is looking to, get your promotion. He's been really pushing for the boss to hire him instead of you. Then, you might listen to that and up your game. Not necessarily, you don't have to, you don't always have to confront Henry or Henry, whoever Henry is. You up your game, you amp up you, and you make yourself, even more desirable than you already are. Okay, Scorpio? So, instead of linking away, changing, changing for the negative, like going into your deep water place and being like, I don't know what to do, I give up. It's time to take off the blindfold and slice and dice with those beautiful swords you have in your hands for your own sake. Okay. In finance, we have the Guide. Okay, so when we have the Guide in this position, I'm thinking, it's more of that you're just replanning your finances. You're looking at how much money's going in, how much money's going out, because you might get some surprises. You might get some situations where you're like, oh shoot, I didn't know I was supposed to pay that. Oh gosh, that's so much more than I had anticipated. And so the Guide, the Hermit, is shining light on these things that you weren't paying attention to. And in doing so, it's clearing the way, for a better financial future. So as soon as the light is shown on these issues and these problems, listen to them and fix them so that you can move on and financially be in a better space. Then we have the Queen of Wands in health in the reverse. The Queen of Wands, this is a fire energy. I'm getting like the feeling of like an aerobic instructor. So fire energy is around Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. But they're fun, they're interesting, they make you laugh, they like to perform. So take a class. Take a class. It'll make you laugh. It'll make you feel better. It'll let you blow off steam. Yeah, find an instructor who makes you laugh and take their class the rest of her. And that will help you out with these situations where you feel a little jarred, you're losing some sort of position in your relationship. And like I said, it's not always negative, but transformation a lot of times is hard to come by and is a challenge to get through. But in the end, what a beautiful transformation, yes? And you might feel like you don't have strength for that, and you just don't have the wherewithal to go through all of these challenging aspects. So that's when you go and you find your fitness instructor. Find an instructor who is fun, and you take their class, and you will feel better because of it. All right, so let's call on the Mother Wisdom deck to see for some added guidance. What message do you have for Scorpio? That one. Elephant, strength. Isn't it amazing how readings, I'm always so blown away. I say that all the time, but it's just strength. Strength, right? And so find your inner strength. The Guide, is strength, you know? He's shining light in areas that need to be shown. Transformation takes strength. And the thing is, I mean, look at how beautiful elephant. The beautiful elephant holding up the house, taking their home with them. You know, this is a really beautiful card. And also, I mean, in a way, like look to the elephant too for some guidance. You know, find your inner strength. Find it in you. It's always there. It will always be there, but it's up to you to manifest it so that you can manifest everything else that's going on. Even if you feel underappreciated, you have to appreciate yourself and you have to find your self-worth. And so pat yourself on the back and not expect it from anybody else. You know, find your truth, find your inner cheerleader for you. Be your biggest fan. Okay. Scorpio, if you would like a reading, find me on well, you can find me on Facebook or Twitter, or you can email me or go to our website. Thank you so much. Love, joy, and blessings. Oh, happy holidays, happy New Year, and good luck with Mercury retrograde. That's probably another reason why this is in reverse is, you know, things are going haywire and you just don't feel completely connected. You feel a little disheveled, disconnected. Mercury retrograde. Okay, thank you so much. Love, joy, and blessings.